Hello. In this video, we're going to look at multi-adgroup testing. So what multi-adgroup testing does is aggregate data at a pattern or label level so you can see test results that occur in multiple ad groups. So there are a few different cases where this is really useful. If you're creating your ads by templates, your ads may share common description lines or common headlines. You can then aggregate data across different headlines to see which is best. If you're running a huge account and you can't individually write all the ads, the multi-ad testing again lets you see that insight across accounts or even just individual campaigns or ad groups. If you have a very small account, you may not get enough testing data within an ad group to reach statistical significance. So by testing multiple ad groups at once, then you can achieve statistical significance. And then finally, when you have more hypothesis level questions you want to ask, such as, do we do better if we have a price or a discount in our ad? Should we use geographies or not geographies in our ad? Should our headline 2 be a call to action or a benefit statement? That choice is really useful. With multi-ad group tests, you can test by patterns, which is a text pattern. You can test text ads at a label level, or you can test image ads by label or a size or a combination label and size. And we'll look at the types of tests. Running tests lets you just see the data on demand right then, and that's useful if you're looking backwards at your account. You can also do daily results where you define a test, and then when you achieve statistical significance, you get alerted to the winners. So to get started, just click Find Current Winners. Now you're going to pick where this pattern exists in search or display campaigns, and then what campaigns is it in. So you could select an individual campaign, all campaigns. You can search and only choose the campaigns that meet that search criteria. So we'll just start with everything here. If you want to only include specific ad groups with any campaign, you can label the ad groups and then only use ad groups that contain this label or don't contain that label. You can choose the ad types such as ETAs, all text ads, DSAs, etc. Then the date range. So common date range means all ads in the test competed against each other. So if you have an ad that you created yesterday that would be included in the test, then you're not going to have results because you don't have at least 7 days of data. If you can also see just all data versus all data for a time frame. When setting up automated daily tests that you get alerted to, common date range is useful. When it's trying to see how it works or running insights, then you can just pick a date range. Where is the pattern? So headline 2 is a really good place to start. Headline 1, usually about the ad group. Description, maybe the ad group may be for the campaign. Headline 2 is a good place to see benefits, prices, discounts, shipping methods, different calls to action, etc. to see what one's doing best. Then the patterns. So if you can click Suggest a Test, and we will suggest tests for you based on the included campaigns and where you do have lines that compete. Then you can either just select this or auto-populate it. You can write the patterns. Now with these patterns, a lot of Boolean operations are included. You run a pattern, you can use wildcard, you could say does not include. So for instance, if we wanted to understand, does using keyword insertion do better than not using keyword insertion? We could write out keyword and an asterisk. Asterisk as a wildcard would match to everything else in the ad. For our second line, then we could write does not include keyword. So a double exclamation point means does not include the keyword. And so this test would look at all ads with dynamic keyword insertion versus ads without dynamic keyword insertion and how do they perform. We do make this easy. If you click the folder icon, you will see your common patterns. So you could just sort them by impressions, occurrences, click, and we'll put it in the ad, and then choose the second one, and then we will again, put this in the test, and then click Find Current Winners. And now you'll see that this pattern has a better cost per conversion and conversion rate than this pattern. Now again, this may be hundreds or thousands or millions of ads within a test. So from here, you can click to see what ads are in the test. You can choose a metric, and you could pause all losers by that metric at once. You can even pause all losers and replace them with a new pattern. So this would pause these 11 losers and create 11 new test ads with our new pattern in it. Now, if in your test you have a wildcard in the middle, then when you go to do your replacement, because we have a wildcard in the middle, we will preserve that information. So then you can replace before and then after the wildcard. So if you're doing a test like geography, where it's find geography plumbers, and it's find Los Angeles or San Francisco or whatnot, and you want to preserve that, you can use the wildcard to preserve that middle information. It could be a price, a discount, a geography, etc. Very useful way to do it, so replacing around it. And then if we change this, this will be replaced it by, we could preview, this is the current ad, and then we would be changing this word test to find, and then pushing out the new ads. So when you want high-level insights, you're testing a lot, then multi-adgroup testing is very useful. So under Run Test, this is going to run it right then on the spot. If you're creating a whole lot of ads, you're setting up a new campaign and you want to set this test up just to run and be alerted when you hit a criteria, then you can go to Daily Results, your defined test, define a test result, and then when you have a winner and loser, we'll alert you. If you set this up under Run Test, you can also choose to save and run this test daily. And then just like with single ad group tests, if you take action in these results, we will show you under Archived, here are the test results that you ran, and in this case it was archived on this date, it was a description line, the action was pause and replace based on CTR, and here's the new replacement. So you can see a full archive when you make changes in your test results, or you can just save a test and archive it on the spot, and we'll save that information for you as well. So when you want to understand how users interact with ads across ad groups, could be all the ad groups in a campaign, all the ad groups in your search campaigns, then multi-ad group tests are very, very useful to do. Often you'll start by patterns. You can do it by labels as well. Same process, campaigns, date range, what's the label contain or doesn't contain. The difference with labels versus text ads. With labels, we don't know why you labeled it something, so you cannot do a replacement pattern with a label. You can only do a replacement pattern with text. You could bulk pause, and then you can use the ad group creation tools found under ad groups or ads to create new ads in this case, but you can't do a replacement from the labels. You can also do this for image ads. So what display campaigns is this in? And then what are the labels for the images? You could do a label versus a different label. You could do a specific size versus a specific size. So when you're testing display campaigns, you have a lot of image sizes. Then you could do labels or images to understand which ad themes are doing best across your display campaigns. So high-level insights, label aggregation, testing patterns, multi-ad group tests are very useful to use, but you do have to set them up. It's very simple though. You can click Find Current Winners, pick your patterns where it's going to exist, pick your campaigns and pattern location, and then you'll see the suggested tests based on your pattern and campaigns. Then you can just click to run these automatically and start understanding what types of ad copy consumers are interacting best with. And then from there, you can easily pause your losers or pause and replace them with new ads that you want to test across your different ad groups.